Welcome to Zombie Crew Olympics Edition.
Olympics?
We talk about the Olympics and all things sports. No, I'm kidding. We're a gaming news podcast. We do gaming news.
Yeah.
Mario and Sonic's at the Olympics.
Huh?
It's a game, right?
The Olympics
Gay is
are,
also at the Olympics.
they're games, I guess, in general, but it's not our type of games.
I am Brandon Carey. Joining me as always are my friends James Hughes,
At your service.
Benjamin Figueroa, and Kosher Dill.
Comedy gold.
Well, Bill, you also approved of Bill Pickle. You did,
You
yeah.
never heard of that.
And now we do the news.
News.
Our first story comes from Ubisoft.
It's the pubes.
The Pubisoft.
Comedy gold.
Soft pubes.
Comedy gold.
Ubisoft has DRM for all of their games on the PC,
What's that?
where you keep the game where you limit the number of installs. Either you have the game online, some way to keep the people from pirating the game.
Got it.
Well, a recent update to their Uplay DRM scheme installed a web browser plugin that could be exploited by a website to allow complete access to one's computer.
Wow. Remind me never to get that one. No, I'm just gonna ignore
They've
that
since
one.
released it with a patch, but for a few days, people were terrified and disabled Ubisoft and didn't play any of their games.
Wait,
that's only like
did the patch only go for Ubisoft games or just games in general?
Ubisoft, right?
Oh, yeah.
Anyone that has
Well, it's
Ubisoft.
only affected Ubisoft games, so it only patched
When
Ubisoft
you have,
games.
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
Places that have Uplay, like Assassin's Creed.
Oh, yeah, that
Ghost
stuff.
Recon, stuff like that.
I didn't even have a smile on that. I was just like, yeah, you play.
They claimed that the exploit was due to a coding error and wasn't a result of their online infrastructure.
Bullshit. What kind of a code fucks that up?
You'd be surprised.
Guess I would.
In the coding world, changing a simple line can change everything.
Well, I'm just saying, what kind of a code would give you access to someone else's? Just one line of code just give you access to someone's entire computer.
Exploit.
I don't know. Well, technically, it's just like you can use that line of code to go into the computer and exploit it. It's not inherently going to get exploited by itself.
No.
Someone needs to go in and do that.
That's true.
So, yeah, any other thoughts on the story?
I miss the Konami code.
The Konami code, that was in the 90s, so I know that. Technically, the Konami code was the 80s.
But you
anyway.
couldn't think until you were 5. So that's
Technically,
like 2003.
don't act like you guys were. You
Guys,
guys were there for like the ending of the Konami code.
Just on a side note, Dylan is in
90.
distress because he called himself a 90s
I
kid,
am
but
a
he was
90s
born in
kid.
99.
8! 18
99!
It was 18.
You were born in
I'm on the
99!
In
Pokemon
further
wiki.
Ubisoft news,
I'm on the Pokemon wiki.
It doesn't matter what you're
the
on.
former
Yes.
creative director of Assassin's Creed, Patrice Desilets,
What?
refers... They're Frenchies. They have French names.
Oh, French. Oh, he's sorry.
He's asking for pickles.
Sounds like it. Alright.
Anyway, the original creative lead for the Assassin's Creed preferred the freedom of the original game to all of its successors. He said, in the original you had to look around, you had to plan out how you were going to assassinate people, but in the second games it was more mission-based, more structured, and he didn't like that.
I liked it.
And
I like the
I
Assassin's Creed.
actually kind of agree.
I like the Assassin's Creed
Second
2
one
way
was
more than
better.
I like the Assassin's Creed 1.
I liked 1 so much better.
One
Really?
was so boring.
Yes, I do.
I never even beat 1 because I got bored in the middle. I don't even think I made it to the middle.
Don't get me wrong, I hated the investigations, and those are the part people hated, but I love the assassination missions.
I got to the point where he got the short swords again.
The short sword?
The short sword. They're like knives.
The schnives.
Knives. Comedy gold!
The Schnords.
Yeah, I got to that part and I just stopped. I was getting so bored.
I guess I'm going to be a dissenter here.
No, I'm the dissenter. I don't like Assassin's Creed.
Well,
Two is
fuck
way
you.
better, right?
Yeah!
My opinion is wrong.
Yeah.
I don't find Assassin's Creed interesting even a little bit.
No, I'm kidding. In more Assassin's Creed Ubisoft news, the original producer of Assassin's Creed, Jade Raymond, wants better motion controls.
That boy just get
Let's
rid
go
of
to
it.
the next one.
The best motion controls are no motion controls.
I agree with that.
Move along.
So we're just going to move on.
And Cruise
Yeah.
sucks.
Speaking of pretty
Always.
stupid things to say, GameStop has expressed desires to create a digital game market, a used digital game market.
So
I
stupid.
don't understand.
Does that mean like that you
buy
can
used
order
here.
games off online?
Well, there was that recent court ruling in Europe that allows you to resell digital games.
Wait. Don't they
Resell
really?
them.
No, don't they really have used games online? You can buy online.
No, like digital copies. Like,
How you get a digital used game? Makes no sense.
it would just be a file,
No,
essentially.
no. I was just saying, like, that's
You
just
had like deactivate your own and then transfer the files over to someone else.
That's too much work. I'll just go in and buy the shit.
I know, I just be like,
Say what, $5 difference?
You'd be
Son of
surprised
a
how simple it is with modern technology.
But it's things I don't feel like thinking about.
Alright. In further news about trying to change the game industry, Sony executives at the Casual Connect's game conference have said that current publishing models need to change to reflect the times. When asked if and how publishing needs to change, Sony's Vice President of Developer Relations, Adam Boyes, said, "This requires constant communication between developers and publishers. The world is changing. If you don't change, you'll get left behind."
That's the truth. You'll never lie.
Well, how would you change the publishing models if you had free
Sex.
reign?
More sex.
So that
and drugs.
and like drama
When it
situations,
comes to publishing.
like teen video games, like Twilight. That'd be awesome.
Kill
So
this guy
I
next to
would
me.
murder you if
I'm
you
gonna
did
kill
that.
this guy next to me for saying that kind of
It'll
shit.
be a part
You
of
better
the
put it on
game.
YouTube so I can watch and like it.
Well, this guy thinks Twilight is good. I'm gonna kill him. How would I
Yeah,
change
reflect the
publishing?
time, right?
Fuck you.
I would make it so that games were actually their actual price was reflected on how much, like,
How good
for
the game
example,
is.
Rayman Origins did not need to be $60.
No.
We know that for a
No,
fact.
that wasn't
Yeah.
even worth.
We say that a lot, actually.
That's not even worth 40.
And that's not the only example. That's the most prevalent one for our show, but that's
Yeah.
far from the only one.
Yeah, that's true.
Certain games should not be $60, and certain games might
Well, I mean-
even cost more than $60.
I mean, some-
might.
Well, some companies
I don't-
do lower their prices for the game, which you think is gonna be 60, but you can tell if it's like 40, it's not gonna be all that.
Like expansions usually.
Like
are
I
like
think,
yeah,
40.
I think Assassin's
Game of
Creed
the Year
Brotherhood
edition.
should have been
Or
$40.
Game of the Year editions.
I-
Games that just add to the game
I
you
think
already
the only
had.
game that should ever have been higher than 60 is any Super Smash Bros. Game.
no.
And Super Smash Bros. was like $50 for like a whole 5 years.
First off,
I'm just
screw
not-
you, you're wrong.
I'm just
I
saying, and
don't
money-wise,
I don't understand.
think
So
about
you
it.
want Super Smash Bros. For no reason
I would actually
to be
just-
higher than 60?
I'm
I
just
would
saying,
actually make it lower than
money-wise.
$60, actually.
I'm just saying,
It's-
money-wise, think about it. How many people bought Super Smash Bros?
Two.
I mean, a lot of
I don't-
people buy it, but if they lowered it to, if they increased it to $70, I wouldn't buy it.
I would.
Well, then you're
You're
no,
saying
you
if
wouldn't. You don't
Crash
have
was in
money.
Super Smash Bros.
I'm just saying, if it was $70, I'd be like, fuck that. I'll wait for this game to be
Well,
lowered.
game has been $70. It's just a game, not a collector's edition.
Look, I was thinking something
No,
along the lines of Skyrim might be $70.
Huh?
I thought something along the lines of Skyrim might be worth an extra.
That's-
Look at
that's-
this starter guide. I'm
That's
like,
what I was
what?
thinking more than Super Smash Bros. It's
Like
about
that
Super
song.
Smash Bros. Isn't that deep of a game.
Not
Not
really.
deep, but
No, it's not
think
deep
about
at
it. It was like
It has-
going for. It was like $50.
That's
like,
because it sold
5
well.
years.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If all of a sudden they rose it to 60,
If they rose it to 70, they would lose
Oh,
they
yeah.
would lose.
sales.
Oh,
They
yeah,
would lose
what's the
my
sales?
sales.
You would
So how
lose
much-
tons of,
like, your
not just
sale
yours, they
doesn't
would lose
anything.
tons of sales.
It's not. It doesn't matter.
It
would.
isn't worth 70.
It
It
doesn't
would. It's
matter.
not worth- it's not
Super
worth
Smash
60.
Bros. Wasn't even 60 when it came out.
It was never 60. It
There was
was
no game on the
Because
Wii was
the
ever
Wii was
60.
ever
yeah. The Wii is never
They
60.
never
because
had
the Wii
that.
always
So it doesn't
sucks.
mean it had to be 7. It means it could have been like 60.
You said you wanted to be over 60.
I'm just saying that.
Okay,
I'm saying that's a stupid idea.
I'm saying that it's gonna be 60 now though.
There's
Alright.
games out there that are deeper than Super Smash Bros.
Yeah. I know.
that are still.
I would actually consider Super Smash Bros. Probably need a little price cut to get more sales.
No,
Well, I mean,
no,
yeah,
that,
they-
no.
they
What you
sell
call
a
it?
lot.
They were 50s since. When did it go down? Did it go down like this year?
It went down like a couple months
Super
ago.
Smash Bros. Brawl, their price just dropped like very recently.
And it was like only $10 drop.
And it came out
It came out 2008.
2008. Their
Like,
price just
And
dropped.
I would probably cut the price of Brotherhood and Revelations a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Probably
agree.
around $40.
Yeah,
if I had to guess.
Well, no, they're 40 bucks
expansion.
now.
45.
They're 40 now
I-
for Brotherhood.
Yeah, I said Pirate Revelation maybe like 45.
That's probably the right price. I would think is $40. They weren't worth. They
Two-
weren't worth 60. That's
2 is
too
good,
much.
60.
Yeah, I think 1 and 2 are probably decent.
Just
Because they felt more like expansions than actual new games.
Yeah.
Yeah, expansion should definitely not be full price.
I think one other game. Oh, I think all like Gotti games should be under 50.
All
Game
fighting
Gear.
games should be under 50.
I said Gotti.
All
I think
fighting games.
Like fighting games should be like 50 or like 40.
Well, fighting games
should
doesn't
probably
have
get
the
rid of a
biggest.
discount.
Fighting games doesn't have
yeah.
the biggest like.
$5 or $10
man.
discount.
They don't.
Nothing major.
I get it,
Especially
but they
like
still
UFC,
they still put a lot into.
Oh, yeah, a lot of detail, but
Well,
it's
UFC
Yeah.
was
Marvel
40.
vs. Capcom 3, can you really consider that worth $60?
It wasn't 60.
Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was.
It was 40.
No, that was
No,
Ultimate
no.
Marvel.
Oh,
Marvel vs.
that's-
Capcom 3
That's what I was talking about.
was worth
60.
60. Yeah, some reason.
But
What,
then, like,
is it
dropped.
really worth that price?
Not Marvel was a Capcom.
Do you really think so?
No.
No, it should have been like 40 or
Soul
50.
Calibur 5 could have been discounted.
Yeah.
Well, I hate
Oh,
that game
Soul
now.
Calibur 5.
That's the most brokest game I've ever played
And we'll get
since
to that
Marvel vs.
later.
Capcom 2.
We have a story on that later.
Okay.
No one agrees with my Gotti thing. Okay.
No, Ben said
No.
Ben said it already.
Yeah,
Though.
yeah,
I didn't hear him.
Oh.
it should be like
The game of the year should never be priced $60.
Yeah, that's just an expansion once
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, that's just the same game.
for a
It's
game that
sold
came
again.
out a year
Yeah.
before with extra content.
Definitely.
Let's move on.
Okay.
In more Sony news, they are losing money on the PSP and PS3. Their sales for the systems have dropped 14.5%.
PSP.
They're still selling those?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
They're still
Yeah,
making those?
Mr. Sparks is gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mrs. Sparks is buy one.
And
Not
their
PS3.
sales dropped 14.5% due to falling PSP and PS3 sales. And while this was partially offset by the Vita sales, which were doing pretty well,
Oh,
they didn't
actually.
they didn't do so well that it overcomes those kind of
Oh.
shitty sales.
Well,
And they even did below expectation.
But you know, there's no games for the Vitas right now. For the Vita. And I can understand the PS3 right now. There's nothing like huge and major. Because like I think all consoles are like down in sales right now. Nothing substantial.
Yeah, and the sales of the video games have also been kind of lackluster lately. Well, not lackluster. They dropped a little bit
well,
from 5.8 million, from 6.6 to 5.8 million.
It'll get better though on the holidays.
well, if you think about it, the PlayStation 3 has been out
5 years.
for a long time.
2000,
Six.
was it 2008?
I mean, this generation is
No,
yeah.
so
PS3 came
of
out
course it's
in
going to
There,
drop.
this is an overly long
Yeah,
consideration.
it
We
came
all
out
are pretty much
No, it
agreed on.
didn't.
Yeah.
The
Alright,
PS3 came
PS3
out.
did not come out 2006.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it
It
did.
didn't. It
It
really
had,
didn't.
it came. It had.
No,
It
it
had to be
came out-
around that time frame.
Came out November 11, 2006.
It has to be around that time frame.
No, it came
Check
out.
it.
Okay, what?
I'm telling you, it
Resistance
was not-
Fallen Man came out 2006. It came out as a launch title.
No, it didn't.
Yes.
It didn't come out 2006. Check it. Check on your phone. You got 4G. Sorry, I'm just kind of
You're not gonna believe me.
It was not 2006. I can guarantee you.
Should we move on while
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
checking?
Yeah, let's go. Let's
Yeah,
go.
move on.
Okay.
In more Sony news, Little Big Planet will be appearing on the Vita.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
It'll take place on a planet called Carnavalia, which is a mysterious traveling planet.
Does the story really matter?
No, it's all about the content.
It'll
Okay,
utilize
yeah.
Vita controls for platforming and level creation.
Now that's a game that could use some Vita controls.
Bam! Told you.
What's that? What's that say?
November 11, 2008. Told you. Told you.
I got the date.
2006, Dylan. 2006, Dill Pickles. You're wrong.
I was just told. Didn't we just talk about that? It said you said 2008.
What?
No.
We were just talking about
James
that.
didn't say a goddamn
No,
thing.
not today. Not today. It was like a couple of days ago. Like I think it was when we came back from Batman.
No, it doesn't
Dylan, you're wrong again. Let's move on.
Here's the problem with it. When PS3 first came out, it's like it didn't come out because no
That's
one could
true.
afford this shit. So everyone, it kind of fell off the map in 360 this thing. I mean, even I bought a 360 over
But
PS3.
when did 360 come out before the Wii?
No, I think with
Are
360,
we
then.
talking about the Wii now?
I don't think it matters because we were talking about Little Big Planet.
Little Big
I
Planet.
still put PS3.
I'm just saying, PS3 didn't get big until it dropped the price and stopped bugging out.
2008.
Around 2008.
Well, that's when you-
Yes,
That's
but
when I
it
got
came
mine in
out on
2008.
2006.
That's true.
But yeah.
That was what we were talking about, Dylan.
That's
You're wrong
700.
again.
Yeah, you're wrong by 2 years.
That's $700 PS3.
Back to Little Big Planet news.
Well,
It will also use the Vita's camera to incorporate pictures into the game. So you can take a picture and then just import it into the game.
oh, that's cool as shit.
Very cool. Yeah,
That's a game that belongs on the Vita.
If you pre-order it now, you can get the Bioshock-inspired Big Daddy and Little Sister costumes.
Why are they? Wait, I'm confused. I'm
Well, like Little Big Planet.
I have
so
no
many
idea
things from,
why
like,
they
different
picked those
games,
two.
like,
Oh no, I get that. I was a Big Daddy
Bioshock
and Little
is-
Sister. I've been there since Bioshock 2, right? Are they in Infinite?
No, they're not.
Then what's the point of adding? Maybe add like something modest.
Just-
Well, they're in All Stars. Maybe it's Bioshock Infinite
That's
advertisement.
true.
I don't know, but Big Daddy's not in Bioshock.
Exactly.
That's why I'm confused.
But he's
about.
such a
That's true.
monumental character.
Yeah.
That's true.
And it will be releasing on September the 25th this year.
Really, that seems like
Well,
a lot.
that's a sleeper title for me. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm not getting that, but that seems like a lot less time than I would expect it to come out. since I've just heard about it now.
I've been heard about it.
I've heard about it, but like,
There hasn't been an official
well, didn't
release.
that get delayed? Didn't it? Wasn't it originally
Yeah.
supposed to come out like April or something?
Yeah, it's supposed to come out alongside.
Yeah.
And in another Sony story, because we have a lot of them this week, the PlayStation All Stars beta in the fall will be going public.
Yeah, I knew that one. What do you mean by the fall? Doesn't the game come out in the fall?
Technically.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, it came out like
Yeah, it comes out sometime around October or so, doesn't it?
Why don't you just say
Well, no,
September?
I think.
But
Isn't it?
usually betas like
Isn't it? When does summer end?
summer ends
Is that August 20th?
September 21st.
They released a second statement saying that the leaked details are not necessarily indicative of the final product.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
Well, if you
usually-
think about it, most demos don't come out around like the week it comes out.
Yeah, like a full beta usually is like at least 2 or 3 weeks before the initial.
Okay, I don't know much about betas. I never actually.
Well, yeah, that's how it usually is.
I'm a demo guy. I don't know
A
what
few
betas
weeks.
are.
I'm just saying.
Oh,
Well,
most
the beta
likely-
is just a test.
I just hope that leak. I just hope Evil Cold doesn't exist.
Yeah.
At this
Yeah.
point, I just hope Evil Cold.
I just wanted to be an
goes a
alternate
lot.
costume. That's all I wanted.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just hope it
once
doesn't
you
exist.
costume, that's
All the other characters are fine. They can
Yeah.
stick around, except for Raiden. I want Snake instead of Raiden, but
I knew Snake wasn't gonna be in it.
Assuming the leak is accurate, of course.
of course.
Yeah.
But if we're just assuming that it is accurate.
I actually won't.
That's what
There's
Evil
no
Cold out
reason
of
to
there.
really think it isn't.
But you
at
know
this
what?
point.
Out of all
That's
of them,
true.
I really want in there
Who?
the medieval guy.
He is in there,
He is.
according to the leak.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just saying, like, if all of them other
And
people
I love
are real,
medieval.
I
and
want
played-
medieval.
I
guy.
love
want
medieval
Sweet
back in
Tooth
the
to be in
day.
there.
That's true. Sweet.
Medieval guy is cool.
Sir
Speaking
Daniel.
of the roster, and this is a rumor. Keep in mind, this is only a rumor.
Okay.
There was a screenshot that showed Crash Bandicoot in the game.
It is big rumor, and I'm not going to get excited until
Yeah.
I see some
Where's
shit.
the picture?
I saw the screenshot on my shelf, and it looked like,
It looks legit.
yeah, it looked legit.
Then again, I made a
Of course, it's also kind of blurry. See?
Yeah, it does kind of
It
look.
looks legit.
That's that was on a PlayStation blog.
Look, it has the
Forum
his health
post.
bar. I mean.
Okay. Okay, everyone, we're looking at the picture now. It looks legit. We are not stupid. Okay, don't get this wrong. We are
I
not
don't-
stupid. This
see,
could
I
be
know
fake.
This could be Photoshop for all I
It could be
know.
Photoshop. It's
If
not
it is,
hard.
it's very convincing.
It is not hard to Photoshop that shit.
But there's a little
And that's actually an old picture.
And it looks
Crash.
a little
It does look a little distorted, but not too bad.
Anyway, this is only a rumor. I cannot confirm.
Okay.
Well, hopefully by then.
And the
maybe
source,
it'll be
and it's not an
updated.
official source either. So it's
Yeah.
Okay, we
Take
looked
it
at the
with a grain of
picture. It looks real, or like really well done Photoshop.
Yeah. Like, even
And-
if it's fake, I have to congratulate him.
I would. If it's fake, good job. You probably fooled someone stupid out there.
Yeah.
We're not all sold on it
Yeah.
yet.
Super excited.
take it with a grain of salt.
But all right, we're taking this with a grain of salt. But it's not stopping me from building up some excitement. And then if it is true, I am punching Brandon right in his fluffy face.
What?
For trying to knock me down.
Well, I'm just
Crash
trying to
is
keep
in
I'm just
it,
trying to
will
keep it
it come
real.
before Tekken?
If Crash is in it, I will buy this game before Tekken.
I'm just keeping it real.
I know
Because
that's
there's
true.
a very good chance
If
that
they release
If-
Brandon loves
If
keeping
that
it
shit
real.
is real and Crash is in it, I will buy that game before I buy Tekken Tag.
Fangasm. I'm having a fangasm
Yeah.
if Crash is in it.
If Crash is
He's
in this
keeping
game,
it real,
if
bro.
Crash is in All Stars, I will buy All Stars before I buy Tekken Tag 2. You've got my word.
That's me.
And I will masturbate to Crash's picture the night before.
He's just spinning.
He's just spinning. Wow, the way he spins. in his- But still, we're not stupid. This could be fake. Don't think we're sold on it.
dummies.
That's why I want to say rumor, because I didn't want you to get your hopes up.
I know. Did it for my own good. Because you knew I would flip out on camera and look dumb when it's showed to be fake.
Speaking of Crash Bandicoot, the Naughty Dog co-founder and current THQ president, Jason Rubin, says that console games will soon be sold like PC games.
What's that do anything with? Oh, Naughty Dog.
Like what? Like
What do you mean sold like
$40?
PC games?
Like through digital distribution stores.
If they can do, I mean, no, I would do that shit.
But
If it comes out for
And with a
consoles.
wider range of prices.
Oh, so every
But then
game can have a
again,
different
I'm
price?
hoping that like consoles
I don't know how
will
I
get
feel
bigger.
about that.
Hard drive just.
Well, I mean, AAA will
Some
probably
games are
be
like 9
$60.
Yeah,
gigs.
that's true.
And
They'd
it's-
have to make the consoles have bigger hard drives, like Ben's saying.
Yeah, they'd have to have massive hard drives.
They would, just to fit all the
They
games.
had to have like computer hard
like
drives.
500 gig hard drives, or
Yeah,
at least
because
250.
the game's
At
like 10
least.
gigs.
But that would
Yeah.
be pretty convenient, though.
Yeah.
For
I mean,
I mean,
it
you
takes
have-
like a lot of gigs
And a
then
lot
you
of
have to
time
download.
too, because
Yeah.
when DCU came out, it was 8 gigs. That took literally. I had to let that shit sit all night to.
Especially
download.
Well, that's just because PS3's online connection is pretty bad for whatever reason.
How long did that take? Like 8 hours, 7
It
or 8
took-
hours,
it-
or something like that.
When I let it sit overnight, by the time I woke up, it was done for the most part.
Yeah, because
It wasn't
I
all the way done,
downloaded
but it was done
I
for the
downloaded a
most
game off Steam and it was like 4 gigs, and it only took an hour to download on my PC.
I guess
so
it must have some.
that's just the
PlayStation.
PS3 shitty coding, man.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's probably.
Put a PC.
I love the
make it
PS3
play
a lot, but I have to
Yeah.
admit its online could
PS3
use
is
some
a
work.
multi-
No, it definitely
Yeah.
could use some work. Well, that's what you get with free online. You don't get.
Yeah,
the
at
best
the very least
connection.
it's free. I'm not paying
Yeah.
so much money for ads.
Yeah, no, fuck that shit.
And now we need to move on to EA news.
First,
EA executives stated the future of games is in free to play. They believe this could extend to console games as well.
If it's free to play,
Yeah, free to play games would be on the consoles.
how would that work?
EA free, really?
Yeah, I'm about to say the same as I'm like,
Senior
really?
Vice President Nick Earl says, The future is
He's
not
got
about-
two first names.
yeah, the future is not about one-time payments. The future is about freemium. A decent number of people convert to paying, and they may not pay a lot, but most of them actually pay more than you think.
You pay free.
I don't know if freemium gets to consoles, but I do know that humans like free stuff.
But you pay
I
free.
also know that humans who will pay for something if they've tried it out and they like it.
If you pay $60, you get a free game.
Side note, does anyone hate the word freemium?
Yeah, we were
It's just a
when you were reading,
contradiction.
you should have seen us 3 faces when you said the word freemium. We're like,
It's
what
just
the
a-
Seriously, I felt my brain cells die every time I saw it. I said
It's
the
a
word.
contradiction to
fuck?
itself.
Freemium. What the fuck?
Oh,
And his
Brandon,
brain
you heard about
slowly
Origin?
shrunk.
I don't want to kick that guy in his throat.
You hear about Origin? It's going good.
Yeah, that's I hate Origin.
It's getting a lot of subscribers, like over 10 million.
What's Origin?
That's because EA forces their games to use Origin.
His brain was like shrinking every time he saw the word. I was like,
Brandon,
It's such a. It's worse than gamification.
gamification.
I don't really hate gamification.
I've never done that. I don't even know what that means. Like, I've heard about it.
It's when you do something like if you had a homework, like if you turned in 5 homework assignments, you get a level up or something. Turning otherwise menial chores into something that's like a game.
That's how you make me.
I say if you
Chores.
said that, be all over it.
Like if you read 60 books, you get a free pizza from Domino's.
It's
Yeah.
not worth it.
No,
I
really.
gotta read 60 books
That's
to
the
get
whole
a free
the whole
pizza.
point is that
That
it's
better
for
be
to
some
encourage
Bill books.
it's to encourage behavior that you
Bill
wouldn't
with
ordinarily
drugs.
do.
That's like beating the game 40 times and only getting a bronze trophy for it. Or 50 G's on fucking Xbox.
I mean, that's just an example.
5G, actually.
Yeah.
That's just an example.
Yeah, or 5 G's, whatever.
Yeah, that's the implication for you, and it's stupid.
Beat 40 times, you get a new soldier.
So,
Yeah.
how do you feel about free to play being on everything? How would you think that would work?
You pay
It
for
wouldn't
it.
work.
It wouldn't work either. I don't think so
It
either.
wouldn't work. There's my
EA free doesn't
there's my opinion.
Speaking of dumb things EA has done, Forbes magazine released an article called "The 5 Reasons EA is in decline," and I'm going to read the 5 reasons to you.
Okay,
Alright.
you want us to hold our comments before?
I'll
during or
read
after?
each one, then you can comment.
Okay.
Number 1, the Old Republic is likely a bigger disaster than anyone is saying. Though EA has not released cost, estimates are they spent $200-300 million to develop and another $5 million to market the Old Republic. These are estimates. We don't know for sure. Making it one of the most expensive games ever made, even if those estimates were cut in half.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
like
And I don't have to tell you that the Old Republic hasn't been doing very well lately.
No,
well,
man.
EA's like revenue is over $100 billion, but that's still a lot for a single
That is a
game.
lot.
Well, I mean,
The
you know,
fuck up.
Blizzard owns the MMO, so I mean,
Yeah, they should.
Yeah, they own that whole space.
yeah, so I mean, like, it can't get better.
Wait, what just recently? Didn't someone just buy Blizzard?
Activision.
Oh, Activision. That's who it was.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
we
knew.
were before.
I just forgot who bought it, and I was about to do something.
Number
Russia's like, I
2.
read that.
Number 2. Battlefield is not Call of Duty.
No, it's not. It's way different.
Because Battlefield was originally dubbed the, quote, Call of Duty killer.
Way different feel. It's like way like slower.
And it only sold 5 million copies, which is nowhere close to what Call of Duty pulls.
or 20 million.
Just
And it's also, this is my personal opinion, but Battlefield's a more tactical game than
Oh yeah.
Call of Duty
way
is.
That's why
Yeah.
It's not the same at all.
No,
I think they're trying to make Black Ops 2 like that. I don't know how I feel about
Well,
Black Ops 2 is still Call of Duty.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying they're trying. It seems like they're trying to make it
It's just more fat.
strategic.
Yeah.
Well, that's the only way to keep it fresh.
To be
But
strategic.
that just
to
means
change
it's
something.
Battlefield.
Well,
So it's not being fresh at all. It's just Battlefield 4.
well, that Brandon said it's
Yeah,
different.
Battlefield
feel.
4 is already coming out soon.
Yeah,
The
no,
Battlefield 4 is a whole different feel. It's much more tactical.
It's
Yeah.
smaller.
Well, no, just because
Oh,
they
no,
had
that
just
was-
because they had that new flyer thing.
Yeah.
That's gonna.
You
that's,
need teamwork in a Battlefield game.
Yeah. If someone's using a flyer thing, all I gotta do is
Shit.
run the guns to shoot right at the fucking sky.
Everyone shoot!
It's gonna. No one's gonna use it, no matter what they say, unless it makes you invincible, like the
I don't think you're even.
like some of the other
You're
things.
not. I don't think you're getting my point. I'm just saying that
Well, he's just saying they took all the
You
samples
rarely
from
make
Battlefield
points.
the
and put it-
strategic. It just seems like strategic. It's trying to be more strategic.
So you just-
I'm saying if they add more strategic, it'll just be Battlefield.
More
That's what
strategic.
differs.
Well, Call of Duty needs something. If they keep on the path they're doing, they're gonna become a joke.
Yeah.
They're
That's
gonna become
why-
a
Like
running
Mortal
joke.
Kombat with
Like Duke
deception.
Nukem Forever
Like Duke
and Kingdom
Nukem.
Hearts
That's why
3.
Black Ops is
Well,
important.
everyone will keep defending Call of Duty because they make a lot of money. But you know who else makes a lot of money? That's a joke. Justin Bieber. He makes a lot of money, and he's a joke.
We're done.
Yeah,
And with
that's
that,
right.
we can go to point 3.
I just call Call of Duty Justin Bieber.
If I was your
Really?
boyfriend, I'd punch you.
Yeah, I
in
just
the
call
throat.
Call of Duty the Justin Bieber of video games.
Point
Yeah.
3.
I want you to know that.
Come
you'll
at me,
never
bros.
Get a Kingdom
Yeah,
Hearts.
but like,
I want you to
it's
know.
weird.
I
I
know.
know.
No one's
me,
gonna
bros.
Half-Life 3.
Girls
Well, I don't
and
really
guys
care
like
about Half-Life
Call of Duty.
3.
And only girls like Bieber. That's it. I'm just telling you.
Point
Let's
3.
not get-
And
let's
I'm
get
paraphrasing.
I'm just saying.
But point 3 is that Mass Effect 3's ending pissed a lot of people off.
Mhm.
I don't really care.
That was point 3 out of 5.
Yes, no one's denying that.
And even if it's a BioWare problem, that reflects bad off EA.
Right, well, EA owns BioWare.
Exactly.
They do all the corporate decisions.
That's the problem
And-
owning
and-
so many things.
And it wasn't even just the ending, it was also the fact that it had day 1 on-disc DLC.
Which was EA.
That was
Brandon personally
no, that probably was EA's doing because I'm
Yeah.
sure because a lot of companies that have on this DLC, that's like
Please
day
don't do
one
that,
and
John.
shit. A lot of times the companies that are making it
Almost
don't
there.
want to hide that shit, but the people, the higher ups, like, oh well, lock that shit so we can make more money.
Yeah. And like I said, like that is basically just like the textbook way to piss me off. The textbook way to do it is to have one character locked and it costs $10 to get him out.
That is ridiculous. That's too
That
much
is
for a character.
textbook method to piss me off.
That's too much for a character.
Even
Is that how much it cost?
Yeah.
Yeah, $10 for
Wow.
one
Even
character.
I just
Street Fighter had
bought
20.
I just bought 12 for 20.
We did.
We just bought 12 for 20.
Okay. There's no odds.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they have a better character economy in your game.
What? I'm all lost right now.
Let's go to point 4 then.
What were we just on?
Point 3.
That's
EA is constantly losing the PR war. Public relations.
of course.
People hate EA,
That's
essentially.
because when you buy companies and they shut it down, no one's gonna like you.
Keep in mind, Ubisoft has always online DRM in their games. Activision overcharges for map packs all the time in Call of Duty.
For $15.
And neither one of them are hated more than EA is.
That's because EA is trying to become a.
We hated Activision, and then we hated EA for even worse.
From the evil empire.
In fact, we
Yes.
like Activision because they're not E EA.
That's a sad world. You're not EA? Yeah, you're cool. Well, it's because when you buy companies and then shut them down just so you don't have any competition, that's fucked up.
You lose to Activision. How do you lose PR to Activision?
Well, I mean, Activision.
It's
was good.
Activision!
Activision's always been good with their products. Usually. Better than
Same
EA.
way you get beat by the Miami Dolphins.
Now
How
it's-
do you
now
get
it's-
beat by
Well,
them?
not now,
Now it's the
but
Lions.
now it's the Lions. But you know when.
Wait, it's not the
if you
Dolphins
don't-
anymore?
Why did you know the Lions actually were 9-7?
That's not bad.
The Snoop Lions?
The Snoop Lions. Ha!
Yeah.
Yes.
Now
The
it's
Snoop
Now
Lions.
the Browns and the Colts.
The Snoop Lions.
You already know what
And,
what the line is.
And point 5.
Number 5, guys.
Number.
They're going into social games when the social game bubble might be popping soon.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I even need to explain that. Social games are not doing well.
No, they're annoying. They send you too many stupid invites.
I hate that shit. You think you're important,
No.
and then you just get an invite.
He's like, how many times you send me an invite
It's
and I
like
reply back?
None. None. Stop sending me
None.
shit. That's because
I have been so tempted to post a status saying, if you invite me to an online game, I will hate you for the rest of existence.
Hell, come play Call of Duty Black Ops.
It's like I'm deleting
Dylan,
you,
you're lost.
I'm flagging you, and I'm blocking you.
Dylan is lost. He's got no idea what he's talking about.
Wait, I get
We're talking
it.
about, we're talking
But
about
when
Facebook.
do you get? You get
on Facebook.
I don't get invites on Facebook.
At what point did you?
Then you are fucking lucky, my friend.
Yeah, you are. I get invites every day.
I get invites all the fucking time.
I get kind of excited. It's like, oh, they moved.
It's like if I haven't responded to the last 10 you sent me, I'm not gonna respond to number 11.
Everybody wants to be a part of my family. It's like, hey, you want to be a part?
Yeah, all of our family members invite me to that shit.
Why? But I want to be a part of your family.
I'm part of your family as it is.
And now we can move on to things that aren't the top 5 reasons EA sucks.
Okay.
And go on to more reasons why EA sucks.
Oh, I'm down with that.
BioWare and EA have announced that the Star Wars The Old Republic will now be going free-to-play this fall.
Damn.
The first one, right? Not the second.
It's only been one Old Republic.
Wait, really?
No, what about
There was Knights of the Old Republic for the Xbox.
Oh.
And the Old Republic.
But that's the recent one that came out, right?
No, that's the MMO.
That's the one that
MMO is the Old Republic.
That's one that everyone's like, this game is the fucking bomb.
The one we're talking about now is the MMO.
Yeah, the
just came
one
out.
for the
Yeah,
Xbox
Old
was like one of the greatest
Yeah,
games.
everyone's
It-
like, this game is the fucking bomb. I never played it, but I heard it was
really
nice
good.
as shit.
Yeah, but the Old Republic is now going free-to-play. It will have both a free-to-play mode and a premium subscription mode.
But you get you a different color lightsaber.
Free-to-play mode will allow access to each storyline up to level 50. But options like race, PvP, group dungeons, and space missions will be restricted, with full access available only to subscribers.
So you can't play with other people?
Yeah, not until you subscribe.
Yeah, that's overrated anyway.
Well, I mean, the first one was always similar.
That's true. That's true.
Still, you got paid.
Yeah.
Wait, it's an MMO. You got. Wait, what? This is weird.
But you can just play the story in for free, so that's not a big deal. But if you want to do anything really major, you're gonna have to subscribe.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. Oh my god.
And in other EA news, they claim that they have sold 1.3 million Battlefield 3 premium subscriptions.
Nice.
For reference, in the first quarter of this year, EA's FIFA 12 and Battlefield 3 sold 2 million copies combined.
What?
FIFA. Okay.
Oh.
Battlefield.
FIFA, right.
Wait, this month or this year?
The first quarter of this year.
Damn,
Oh,
it
that's
was this
good.
month.
That's
That's
good.
like the first 3 months of the year.
That's really good.
And in more EA announcement news, Mass Effect 3's first single-player DLC, The Leviathan, has now been officially announced with details. It'll go into the Reaper's origins and their story.
Is it free?
No, it's going to cost $10 for the PS3, 360, and PC.
Oh, that makes sense. This is not like 20
Is
or
it
15.
in game?
Yeah, it's a single-player DLC.
What about the N-Gauge?
I mean, is it already in the game or is it?
No.
I remember the PSP came out.
No, it isn't.
That was a big competition. Shit, Bob.
Wait, what?
The Leviathan DLC will have new weapons and it will scale to the level you are. So the further into the story, the stronger the enemies will be.
I hated that shit. I hated that shit in Dead Island. You never felt like you
Well,
got
it makes
stronger.
more sense in Mass Effect.
Well, Mass Effect, if you beat the game, you plus, you like
That's why you do New Game Plus in the first place.
And it will have, and I'm quoting the article on this one, epic set pieces, cinematic scope, and a further addition to the ending.
Like what?
I don't know. These are vague details. But I don't even care anymore.
I can't even believe you can fuck up an ending that bad that you need 2 additional shits to fix it.
Well, I mean, the last one's major. This one's because this isn't he a companion?
Yeah, the
What?
Leviathan is a Reaper that you can recruit to add to your war assets.
I wonder how that's gonna change.
What
the ending.
did end up happening with that? Did they release a new?
Yeah.
The extended cut is better, but it's far from perfect.
It's
It,
still,
it made it not like be like
It made it less shit.
yeah.
but
It
not-
was
it's-
polishing a turd, but in the end, it's still a turd.
It's
They're
like
rusty
it's like
games.
it's like me and Dylan. I'm much better than Dylan,
not a
but I'm
good
not
one,
perfect.
But I'm gonna pick it.
So they rushed the game, so they had to do it.
You can tell it was rushed.
Oh, yeah.
It gets so obvious.
Well, like,
The game's like, hurry up,
So you're saying it's
Hurry
not
up.
as shit, but it's still shit.
just hurry up.
yes, because the main problems with it aren't ones you can fix.
Yeah,
Like the
some
main
of them.
problems with the ending aren't ones you can fix. You have to retcon the whole ending if you want to get a good.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like it's that it's the problem is that if you want to change the ending, you want to make it really good, you have to take the whole thing out and replace it.
Yeah,
what's
that's
the
a lot
what's
of
the
effort.
worst part about the ending?
Space magic.
See, I don't understand the term.
The Crucible.
There is this thing that has a bunch of energy in it, and depending on what button you press, you can destroy all technology. You can control all the evil machines by killing yourself and merging with their hive mind. Or you can merge all organic and synthetic life into one super cyborg race.
Didn't people say that was like the best one?
Probably. It sounds like the best one.
Yeah, Super Cyborg Race. That
Super
sounds
Cyborg
awesome.
Race?
Yes, but it makes no sense.
What color is that one?
Well,
Super
it's
Cyborg.
green.
It made no sense because like
Explains it.
it's like you want to confuse everyone with these things after what they've done.
And it's not just that, it's like, how would that even work? How would you, like, just press a magic button, release energy,
Like
and then
Brandon said,
merge
magic.
organic and synthetic
all of a
life?
sudden, when he pushes that button, all of a sudden you would fuse with your laptop, and I would fuse with my laptop.
I think we had this conversation
And
once.
then Ben would fuse with the TV, and Dylan would get the short end of the stick because he would fuse with that fan.
Aww.
I'd have blades on my hands.
You'd be a fan.
With blades.
For a face.
You'd have
You'd
a
be a
laptop.
Sony fan.
You'd be a fan.
Technically,
Not even a Sony fan, it'd be a Workforce fan.
Aww.
technically, you probably go to the TV because you're closer than Ben, and Ben will go to
But-
your laptop.
But no, I'm
But
close
he has
to
a
my
personal
laptop.
bond. He has a bond with
I have a
that
bond
thing.
with his
I
laptop.
would
You're saying I have a bond
I
with
would
this
I've
say-
made
fan.
love to this laptop before.
You're saying I have a bond with this
I'll
fan?
fuse my laptop and my phone.
Yeah, at the same time, so he'd be the most,
That'd be like this.
advanced.
This is my iPod.
No,
You
you
be
go
all,
to
you
the
be
TV.
And
touchscreen.
I've used my PS3 too. I can play games with myself.
You wouldn't have any hands.
Hey, Brandon, you can play
Everything
with
would be
yourself.
backwards for you.
yes,
Dylan.
Don't you do that, Brandon.
because that was worth laughing out loud for.
Dylan said something, he's dying. Dylan the fan.
I have blades on my hands.
But yeah, I don't even care. I'm not even probably interested in DLC, to be honest with you. I don't even
And
care
I can
anymore.
spin.
Mass Effect 3 is done for me. The game is done. I don't want any more DLC.
So do you want a Mass Effect 4?
No, I do not.
Damn.
He will.
Do you want a Paranormal Activity 4?
I haven't seen the first
Damn.
first Paranormal Activities.
But fuck, I actually had some till Dylan brought up Paranormal Activity.
Them bones?
If they release a Mass Effect 4, would you mind if it was like from a different character or like an aftermath of whatever you chose from the first game?
It will be different.
How would that? Well,
If they really like fucking put a ton of effort and time into it and made 3
I
different
will-
campaigns for that shit.
I would think about it.
He'll get it. He'll get it.
I would have. I would have to wait because BioWare kind of betrayed my trust. in Mass Effect
Like if
3.
they put like they saw they fucked up big time, so they're like, all right, we gotta fix this. Put all our time and effort. We got
I would
3
wait-
campaigns.
I
depending on
would
the
wait
last
and
choice you
see
made.
what people thought about it.
Okay.
I would wait to see what the forums said.
He get that shit on release.
Yeah, he'll get it.
Yeah, pre-ordered.
Midnight release and everything.
It's just something he'll get. I
In
can tell.
further EA news,
Okay.
analyst Doug Kreutz says that EA's Medal of Honor Warfighter will not sell due to poor quality of the previous game and the lack of consumer interest.
Isn't it like an iOS game?
That's possible.
No, it's a brand new console game, Medal of Honor Warfighter.
That's the one with the difference.
It's like Medal of Honor.
Medal of Honor.
Oh no, I'm thinking of something else for the iOS.
He also
That
predicts
Warfighter looks good.
that Old Republic will probably lose some subscription.
Oh, yeah. Well, now isn't it free to play?
Well, it's free to play. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna subscribe.
Subscribe.
Well, subscription's different from being free to play. Like you can be a free to play player but you're not a subscriber.
Yeah, well, a lot of people are gonna be free to play then.
But if it's free to play, then they don't care about the free to play people. They only care about the subscribers.
Yeah.
Therefore, they would never ever care about me.
So what do you think about Medal of Honor Warfighter? Do you think that he's not going to sell as well?
I don't think it's gonna
I
sell.
don't think it's going to sell that well at all.
I think it's gonna sell, but not to like extreme.
I just think the last Medal of Honor game just totally ruined.
Well,
their
this
sales.
one's way different from that. It's like none.
Yeah, but it's still living in its shadow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it'll bring it back to the public, and then the one after this one will be.
It's entirely possible.
Yeah,
It's true.
bring the series back.
Once they grow some balls,
Yeah, that was a big move.
grow them balls.
The Taliban, no,
And
the enemy force.
Out 4.
I was willing to defend them for the Taliban thing, and then they flip flopped, and I was like, no, fuck you now. I don't care anymore.
That's just
Out 4.
bitch move. It's like, who cares?
In further corporate overlord news, Activision Blizzard is doing very, very well.
Aye.
Diablo 3 sold 10 million copies, despite the challenges it's been facing.
Do you mean 10 million demos that will soon turn into
Diablo 3.
what?
Stop.
10 million.
Of course, part of that's due to the fact that WoW people who bought the annual subscription got a free copy of the game. Whoa! So that's 1.2 million of those sales were from WoW subscribers.
They brought in over $1 million from a game that they didn't even buy.
That's
like a dude's son trying to go out on his own, and then he just fucked it up. So he's like, "Dad, help me!" So he had to come through, and he's like, "All right, I'll bring some of my people."
This was before the game was announced. They did this, so.
It's just not bad, actually.
So
Speaking of WoW, WoW's subscribers have gone down from 10.1 million to 9.1 million. Blizzard blames Diablo 3 on that.
They got no one to blame but themselves. Then.
Why the fuck do I have this game on my subscription? Fuck WoW.
Yeah,
fuck Blizzard. I'm done with this shit.
Another interesting note is that Call of Duty DLC map packs haven't been selling as well as they used to.
Good, because they're like $80 a piece.
Don't matter, I had sex.
However,
I don't think you did.
This is all offset because the top-selling console game of this year was Skylanders.
No.
You fucking with me.
I'm not fucking with you.
You're fucking with me.
At least for Activision, the top-selling game on their portfolio was Skylanders.
Well, remember,
for the console.
You mean like every child
for the console?
That game?
But still, there's no reason, even if they got their shit last year, there's no reason why Call of Duty should have been beaten out by Skylanders. There's no excuse for that shit. None.
And I hate Call of Duty, and I agree with you.
Wait,
no excuse to get beat by
Call of Duty's
Skylanders.
Activision, right?
Yeah,
Yes. There's no reason, last year or not, you don't get beat by Skylanders unless you're
now.
Well, don't worry. This year, Call of Duty was selling.
I wonder if that number is inflated because of all the toys that were sold.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Yeah, me too. Because the toy, didn't one toy come with every purchase, and that's like $8.
I mean, wouldn't that? Because as that toy count as extra sale though? Who knows?
Well, you mean sales is just units sold or just money revenue?
I don't know.
Because if money revenue is definitely Call of Duty, but like just units, I can understand Skylanders. So cheap. And so
Yeah, it might
childish.
be. It might be just from cheap.
I can understand Skylanders.
Well, all the characters that you can buy for Skylanders are on disc.
Yeah, it's essentially on this DLC. You just get with a figure attached to
You're
it.
paying $8 for a character,
Not a toy. It is a statue.
which is a toy.
No, it's not. A toy means you.
All right, Brandon, give me a toy.
I don't have.
I see Barney right here. It's not a toy.
You can move those.
That is not moving. Thus,
I meant move here. I meant move body parts.
it is not moving.
You dumb butt.
I'm a dumb butt now.
That's what my mom
I'm
says.
right back in the same place.
That's what my, you
talk-
have now become my mother, Dill
Dylan,
Pickles.
you talk the same way as our white friend's mom.
Alright.
Now moving away from Activision, we go to Capcom news now.
Okay, now I'm interested.
To celebrate Street Fighter's 25th anniversary,
Damn it, I wish
Capcom
I
will be
could-
releasing an anniversary collection,
I thought about buying it for the DLC characters in.
which will
I did.
include
Glad I didn't.
Super Street Fighter
We
2
got all
Turbo
of
HD Remix.
Got it.
Got it.
Street Fighter 3 Third Strike Online Edition.
Got it.
Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition with costume DLC.
Got it.
Street Fighter X Tekken with all the character and swap costume DLCs.
Got
Don't
it.
got it.
A soundtrack.
You know, you don't have every swap
I
costume.
don't want every soft costume. I choose not to. There.
A quote light up Ryu statue.
Got it.
Don't want it.
A Street
Yeah,
Fighter
we're done.
documentary.
Why would I want that?
I know. I can get
A
everything I want to know
hardcover
about
art
on a
book.
computer.
Actually, I wish I kind of had that.
And a replica of Ryu's black belt.
Okay, I'll just go out and earn my own black belt.
Why would I want a black? I want Kuma's beads or
For
something.
me,
It'll be
for my
avail-
son.
For your son.
It will be available for $150
Now,
from the Capcom store. You can pre-order now for the PS3 and 360.
and if you do that, you can also register for a tournament to get a cool fucking car. But I thought about it strictly for that on-disc DLC for Street Fighter X Tekken, and I would have gotten it had the other games that came with it, I didn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If maybe they came out with like I don't know what else games they could give
Like
me.
Street Fighter Alpha 3 Max.
Or Street Fighter
Mag,
1.
that's for PSP.
I know
Or
I
Street
have-
Fighter 1, that'd be a fun game
Yeah.
to have, not necessarily.
play.
Maybe like
play.
every Street Fighter 2 game.
Maybe
on
if they had
PlayStation.
every Street Fighter game besides 4 come out with it. Maybe I would have thought, but we have Alpha 3, we've got Third Strike, we've got HD Remix. There's no other games unless they have Capcom versus SNK. That'd be a cool fucking game to have.
Yeah,
I
And
might
it
have
will
bought it for
release
that.
September the 18th.
Okay. I would have got it if it had Capcom versus SNK or maybe like some Darkstalker shit.
Should do the 20.
Or rival schools.
Oh, rival schools, definitely.
I want some rival schools.
Well, that's like one of your pet peeves in gaming is that you can't get rival schools.
I want that game so bad.
Because that game is so good, I'm a beast at it.
I know one person that has it, he won't let me have it, or borrow it, or play it. Yes.
In further Capcom news, Resident Evil 6 unveiled a new mode called Agent Hunt.
Oh, that's cool, I want it.
It'll be you have to beat the single player campaign to unlock it.
Finally, something to entice me to
And
play the game.
It will basically be playing through the single player campaign like normal, except other players can play as the zombies.
That is fucking cool. Who wants to give me a high five from here?
It'll be kind of similar to Left 4 Dead's versus mode.
Uh-huh.
And you will be told when a human is jumping into the game, but you will not be told which zombie it is.
That is cool as shit.
I'm just glad it's not mercenaries.
Yeah, I hate mercenaries.
I hate mercenaries.
I always
never
hated
liked
mercenaries.
And they also announced a second unlockable after you beat the single player campaign, which is a 4th campaign starring Ada Wong.
I hate her. Fuck her, man.
She's so boring. I played enough of her in Resident Evil.
She will have no co-op partner. It'll be completely just her.
Good, that means I don't gotta play it.
And it'll aim to show the other 3 campaigns from a different perspective.
Oh, just like Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, well, that's separate ways. Is probably what it's gonna be.
Separate ways.
Oh yeah, why does it have to be Ada Wong though?
I hate Ada Wong. She's so boring.
She's boring. Okay, she's a sexy Asian chick in a red dress. So fucking what? I'll watch porn if that's what I'm looking
I
for.
know.
Well, at least it's just options, eh?
What about
Just saying.
but you seem excited about the Agent Hunt mode?
Dude, cause that's cool as shit, man.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
a good,
cool
it's a
as
good
shit.
idea. It's
It
the way to
is.
do a zombie multiplayer
It
game.
is. That's how you do it. I'm so excited. When's that come out again? October, right?
October.
November. Wait.
No, remember they moved to October.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
October, like, what, 18?
I didn't put the
Something like
release
that.
date on this. I usually do.
That means That means I'm getting either All Stars or Tekken plus Resident Evil.
Are
Those
you
are 2 games I'm getting.
You're buying them, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they
Oh, no,
did.
make
It wasn't
sure
like
they did
October
everything.
29th or something like that?
No, they moved it. They moved it up considerably.
Like, high.
Like a considerable amount.
Oh, it was at October in the teens, like
So, yeah,
14th or something like that.
In further Capcom news, its profits have risen 290%.
Damn.
They are now at $16.88 million in profit.
How did
What got them that much money?
And their sales have risen 55.8%.
Where's the money?
They thank Dragon's Dogma selling well in Japan.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Oh, yeah, and it has Resident Evil 6
And that
on
is
it.
pretty much guaranteed a sequel to the franchise.
I'm not gonna lie, I wanted that game because you fought a bunch of mythical creatures. I thought that was cool
I heard
shit.
it looks good, but I heard that the things in between those fights are not very fun.
I'm sure it's not.
Probably not.
But like in the demo, you fought like a griffin and a chimera. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but they
Shit.
plan for a larger world and even quest creation.
What about God of War? You fight a griffin and a chimera.
Medieval.
You
Medieval.
fight a
I'm just
chimera.
saying, you're not a total BA like Kratos. I mean, you have to like survive on your own. Like,
So how do you think about
arrows.
Capcom doing well now?
I'm glad they're doing well. Maybe that'll get their heads out of their fucking
And
asses.
maybe the fact that Dragon's Dogma sell might help them change their DLC opinions.
Maybe.
Like, if you
I'm just-
make good games
That's a
at
pretty
reasonable
good
prices, people will buy them.
Yeah.
That's a pretty
Yeah.
crazy term for Capcom.
Wait, how
What's on
much was
Medieval?
Dragon's
I mean, that's
Dogma?
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Was that 60?
It was $60, but
I just hope that now that they got their money straight, that maybe they'll stop fucking the fans like they're doing. They are fucking the fans. And
And the
I don't
ass.
want to be fucked.
yeah.
Don't ever fuck me.
But now we need to move away from Capcom onto Nintendo news. The 3DS XL has been a big hit in Japan.
Not a
Japanese, like, big
hit
Get
here.
it? Get it? Get it?
I don't.
Get it?
XL.
Yes, is big.
X- XL big.
Oh,
Japanese,
that's
like,
such a
big.
small pun from you. I don't.
Japanese,
I
like,
In
big
the
names.
first 3 days of its launch, it sold 190,000 units.
10 million.
190,000.
And at the same time, New Super Mario Bros. 2 has been released and it sold 430 million
Can
units.
they sell that for
430,000. 430,000.
430.
That's
That's like
it.
the whole
It sold
franchise.
every single person in the world bought a copy of the
It's like
game.
the whole like franchise right there.
Sold
Like a whole
430,000 units. My
It's all
bad.
good. It's all good.
430 billion.
Oh, billion.
So yeah, what do you think about the DS? What do you think
I would
about
never make that many copies.
How much is the 3DS XL?
Doesn't matter. You're not getting it. Don't tell them.
I don't even remember.
I'm gonna get it. I just want to know.
No.
I think it's probably around the
No,
same
no,
price
no.
as the D.
I wish New Super
Yes.
Mario Bros. Would come out for the DS because I actually love the first Super Mario.
I heard
New
that
Super
guy. I
Mario.
They
got
will
like.
both be released in North America on August the 19th.
Golden
both.
Mario.
Both the 3DS XL and New Mario Bros.
I heard that's getting like like not that well reviews though, because it's like they said like it should have been like at least like it should have also came on the DS, because it does the 3DS mechanism doesn't really work that well in that game.
I was gonna play Super Mario Bros.
But it looks a great game. I'm still gonna get it.
In more Nintendo portable console news.
Wait, is that based on Super Mario Bros. 2 Japan, or is it based on?
It's only in Japan right now.
No, is it? But
It's just a different game. It's just New Super Mario Bros.
Okay.
In more Nintendo portable gaming console news, in a rather bizarrely timed Twitter post, Nintendo of America announced new colors, matte red and matte blue, for the DSi.
Matte red, what?
DSi.
DSi.
For the DSi.
I got to say 3DS.
What color is it? Like, what do they look like?
Red and blue.
But they already had a red and blue color
It's a matte
before.
red.
I just want to know.
Let me pull up the post. If it loads.
That's so boring.
Yes, they released this boring
You
red
don't want
and
those
blue
colors?
color for the DSi.
Yeah, not 3DS.
That's bizarre to me. I don't know why you would do that.
I think those are colors that originally came out for DSi XL, and then they were made to the original.
But yeah, why would they release
That's-
DSi
Yeah, that's stupid.
models now? Like it's kind of late. You should be selling the 3DS at this point.
Trying to promote it more.
Well, and those
The
colors are
DSi?
boring
No,
as shit.
3DS.
So that's for DSi.
Why would you sell a DSi product
To
then?
make 3DS
I asked Japan. That's Nintendo.
It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know if it makes any more sense to you
Well,
guys.
people still buy it, but not as much.
People will buy anything.
That's true.
Like
You're right.
prostitutes.
Yeah, now we get to move on to Square Enix news. According to
They canceled it.
According to Japanese source Famitsu, the upcoming Final Fantasy Anniversary event will feature an announcement on the next project from Final Fantasy 13 franchise.
Isn't it like the 25th?
What?
Codenamed Lightning Saga.
Oh,
Oh,
I have to make it 13-3. I heard that. I
Quite possibly.
heard some stupid rumor.
They haven't announced an official title for the game, but that's quite possibly what it's going to
And you
be.
know what's going to be
Oh.
about? Lightning.
Who's that?
The main character.
They say that the project has just started and will know the official name on August 31st.
It's gonna be
13-3.
called
13-3.
like Final Fantasy 13
13
Strikes. Like,
Third strike.
lightning
Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Strikes Back.
Lightning strikes twice. Lightning strikes twice.
Lightning only strikes once. That is stupid.
This time Lightning Strikes Twice.
That is like the crappy movie.
Third strike.
That is Final Fantasy 13 Third Strike.
The third strike.
Get it? Because lightning strikes.
Yeah.
In further Square Enix news, they are releasing Final Fantasy 3 for the Ouya when it's released.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh
And this will be the very
Not yet.
first time it'll be released on North American home consoles.
It was only for the DS.
For the DS and the iPhone.
Don, if you don't get my hat back, we're gonna have it on camera. Me punching you repeatedly in the nipples until I get it back.
You're just show.
Oh, come on, James. Just a little hat trick.
I want my hat back.
You want
It's
the
just
you want the
a,
hat?
James, it's just a hat trick.
You want the hat? Where's the trigger?
You missed terribly.
I wasn't aiming.
You're that shitty shit.
But yeah, Final Fantasy 3 will be now be on the Ouya when it comes out.
Oh
Oh yeah.
Ouya.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
What?
And in other Android-related news, there is an Android gaming tablet being developed with a controller attachable
Is it called the Oya?
called the WikiPad.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna get sued by Wikipedia.
Got me sued by
I
Wikipedia.
think it's
It'll have a
By either.
It'll have a bunch of. It'll
I
have a
think
bunch
it's
of.
by EA just cause.
it'll have a 1280 by 800 resolution screen.
That's not bad.
It weighs about half a pound.
Ooh.
I mean half a kilogram, I should say.
We're not drug dealers with killers.
So about 1 pound.
Okay.
16
Give that
ounces.
kilogram type
Don't
of
be like
shit.
that.
It'll be 16
Pounds of
gigabyte. It'll have a 16 gigabyte storage capacity.
Gigabyte.
16
I have a
gigs.
16
You said,
gigabyte.
you said gigabyte.
It's the same thing.
You said it twice.
So,
It'll have a 16
and
gigabyte.
it'll have 1 gigabyte of RAM.
How many gigawatts?
For reference, PS3s have about 500 megabytes of RAM.
I got a 500 gigabyte RAM.
It'll have 6 hours worth of battery life for gaming and 8 hours for watching videos.
That's cool.
It's pretty decent average.
Not bad at all for a portable.
And 1 hour of music and 30 minutes of video.
30 minutes of video. Fuck this device.
And now in gaming, in just general gaming news.
Got it.
Alright, hold on.
The team that made the recent Tony Hawk HD says that the game's success might lead to a full Tony Hawk game, going back to the series' classic gameplay.
And that
Good.
would be skate.
In other words, the good Tony Hawk
Good
games.
Tony Hawk
Yeah.
games.
Oh, before we go on though, I have a question. How much is the OLED? Isn't that like $100?
Yeah, $100.
$100.
I'm about to break over that piggy bank.
But yeah, it sold, the HD game sold 120,000, despite critics speaking out against its controls and lack of any real content.
I heard it got really good
Fuck,
reviews.
it's Tony
though.
Hawk.
But what games were on the HD?
1, 2, and 3.
No, it was like 7 levels from
Yeah.
the previous Tony Hawk
Yeah.
games.
It's only a deal. It's only a downloadable game. What can you expect?
It's only been out for the 360, but it will be coming to the PS3
Now-
and the PC shortly.
Now, if they do make another Tony Hawk game that's like that, what they need, big tricks.
Yeah, like
They need cheat codes
oh yeah, good cheat
just to
codes.
make that shit fun.
Yes.
Just some cheat codes to fly in the air for a
Or
million.
just
Moon
big
bounce
head
and
mode.
zero
I
Big
miss
gravity.
big
modes
head
or
mode.
shit like
I
that.
use moon bounce and zero gravity.
And what you need, just for fun, is some guest characters, man. Like Darth Maul,
They gotta-
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man,
They gotta have
Wolverine.
guest characters just to have the
Just for
to
the
make
hell
it.
of it.
Yeah, just cuz.
I mean,
That's
every
the
shits
old
and
ones.
giggles.
It's like
Every
the
Tony,
old
every
ones,
Pro
man.
Skater game had a guest character.
Django Fett.
Even Proving Ground and like other games. That
Yeah,
were
Skate
Gene
Isaac.
Simmons.
Skate had Isaac, yeah.
But yeah, in other game release news, Bioshock Infinite's release date has been moved to February 26, 2013.
For a second, I thought you were going to say like
Is it being
2014.
moved
That
forward
is
or
it.
moved back?
Move back.
Well, technically it was supposed to be released this October, so
Oh.
that's moved.
That's too early.
Well, I mean, that's good enough to work. No, you don't want it to be shitty.
And in more general gaming news, Bethesda has released Skyrim's Dawnguard DLC on Steam for $20.
Yeah, nothing on PSN.
The PS3 version has yet to be released due to technical problems.
Yeah, I heard that.
It's a technical
I heard about
fact.
that. It was just like, oh, well, we're working on it, and it's just not working.
They
or
said
something.
they're not. They're
Like,
not.
it is
satisfied.
that hard.
It's just not.
Well,
It's
you
not
have to
working.
keep in mind that the 360, the PC, and the PS3 all have different archetype, all different
Yeah.
inner workings.
But
That's
for a
true.
way, they should like know it by now since they've
At
been
this
putting
point.
out like DLC.
Yeah.
Keep in mind how poorly received Skyrim was on the PS3 because
Because of the
of
lag. Yeah.
the shitty way it worked.
For the
They
game
don't
engine.
they don't want that to happen again.
Yeah. I know. I got what you mean.
Still, it's I don't know why it's $20. Like I really don't.
Dawnguard's DLC,
And
right?
not really.
How would you know? Have you played
I've
Dawnguard?
heard reviews of it. It's
Heard.
not a significant content.
6 to 8 hours, and then all the other content.
I
They-
thought-
So were any Fallout 3
But-
DLC,
but-
and they
but-
were only $10.
Yeah.
Brandon,
that's
there are
Fallout.
games that are 6 to 8 hours.
That's
There are
Fallout.
games lower than that. Time,
Not Bethesda
that are
games.
60.
Not
Yeah.
Bethesda open world games.
Yeah, I understand this. How much was Shiver Isle? $20, right?
Yeah, but do
Okay,
you know
but-
what 20... Shiver Isles introduced a whole separate area, 1/4 of the size.
But you gotta understand,
Oblivion.
that's what they always do for the Elder Scrolls. They always make those 20s, and then make the Fallouts 10.
Yeah, but I heard that Dawnguard doesn't actually add on any new... Only adds like one new castle.
You heard! You haven't played.
That's... You don't make up facts like that.
It's the internet.
I do.
Yes, true, it is the internet.
That is true.
No
You do
matter-
had that crash picture.
Yeah. And more gaming news, Soul Calibur 5 has sold 1 million fewer copies than 4 did.
Of course, because it's broken.
Soul Calibur 4 sold 2.3 million copies. Soul Calibur 5 sold 1.38 million copies.
That's because they got 3 clone characters. They took out very unique characters.
Like, they have 3 clone characters?
They took out the only cool black guy in gaming.
Yes, and they took him out because for no reason.
Dude.
That's,
Awesome.
wait, who's the
Side-
3 clone
Yes.
characters?
Elysium, Edgemaster, and Keelik.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
3 clone characters took out Black Scythe Man and Little Tonfa Girl
Yeah, that's true, they did take her out.
and Broom
And
Lady.
Young Son.
Why did they bring back Keelik?
Because people like.
Like, I can get Elysium and Edgemaster. People loved Edgemaster for some reason.
He's cool as shit.
But why Keelik?
Because Keelik is like high.
Who gives I guess Japanese fangirls, I
Oh,
guess.
Yeah, he's
But-
definitely a Japanese fangirl type.
But Young Son wasn't even in it.
Yeah, they took out very unique characters and added 2 different sword and shield characters.
Yeah.
You don't need
I mean, they added some pretty unique characters like Sway, even though he's not very
And
unique.
Patroclus'
And he's not
combat
really that
stance still
good of a
pisses me
character.
off.
Another character and Viola, But the fact that they have no backstories, that one's backstory she has amnesia, the other one doesn't like to talk about it. That's their backstory.
And then there are the carbon copy characters of previous. There are carbon copies of their previous installments.
Yeah,
like Zhanghua and Taki.
Yeah.
Because I don't know their new names.
They just got fucking lazy. That's the problem. They got lazy. They took out characters they didn't feel like reanimating, or for no reason, not even for story. Like Zasamel is immortal. He doesn't age. They didn't even have to change the way he looked.
Yeah, just make him some
they
black
could give
guy with a
him the
Mike
exact
Tyson
same
tattoo.
costume.
And imagine seeing Talonwall grown up and shit. That would've been cool.
And Young Sung.
And Young Sung.
I used
Maybe
to-
he'd be a little more serious.
I used to use
Side
Young
Guy.
Sung. That's
It's
why.
like they didn't want to do character development, so they took away the characters that would require character development.
They
They just
didn't
got
want
rid
to
of them.
explore the possibilities of setting the game further in the future.
Yeah, they didn't want to. And Ivy just didn't age. You know what the excuse for her not aging was?
Soul
Exact.
Edge.
No, the exact excuse was they didn't even give an excuse. It was her body forgot to age. That shit just doesn't happen. That just doesn't happen.
I mean, you can just explain Soul Edge did something.
Soul Edge stops her from age. Okay, her body forgot to age. Fuck you. Don't insult my
You just
intelligence.
explain the fact
I
that she
thought it was
bound herself with her spare soul that she had in her office. That you can just use that as to explain something.
something.
I thought it was like she like used
Or how
magic or
Cervantes
something.
doesn't have pale skin anymore.
Yeah, Cervantes is just alive now.
Yeah, I know.
He's just. It just was dumb. They didn't focus, and they just. And the fighting is dumb. Nightmare is all around heads and shoulders better than the second strongest character in the
I
game.
fucking
Who's the
hate
second
his
strongest?
critical edge move.
Not even as Astral. Astral isn't even that much better. He's super slow
Natsu.
now. Natsu
Natsu.
is the second strongest character.
Natsu, that's well,
But she's still heads and shoulders worse than Nightmare is.
Nightmare. His special is insane.
His critical
It's
edge.
retarded. It goes Nightmare, Natsu, and Astral is like lower. Then it's like Mitsurugi and.
They
I
have
remember one time I was
Natsu.
playing against an AI Siegfried, and he used his critical edge and then immediately used it again. I got hit both times. I didn't have the time to dodge it.
Probably killed you.
I was pissed.
But it's just the game was lazy. I mean, the character customization is pretty cool.
I mean, but do you really need it?
No, that shouldn't make a game, even though I'm buying Tekken Tag because of the Fight Lab. That's different. You're making a character. You're making fighting style and all. If you're just making a character, like basically making one of the original characters look different, that's what the character customization, and that's kind of lazy.
Well, look at Zoe. Zoe is like the
Well,
basic custom
Yeah,
character.
his way you can basically make him a character
if they
customization.
cut character creation and brought back Weapon Master Mode, I wouldn't mind.
Actually, I probably wouldn't mind.
I
either.
wouldn't even
I
care.
don't care.
And it's.
So pissed.
I have a lot to say about
Soul
Soul
Calibur 5 was
5.
a disappointment on so
It was-
many levels.
But it
Well,
wasn't-
Even to a non-fighting game fan like myself.
The biggest problem that I had with it is my whole game plan. I used Valdo, and I was like a bait fighter, and I had to, read my opponent. And when they came in, I had to come in and guard impact, just to throw them off guard so I can strike. And they took that shit away with the meter, and they added the 2-prong meter thing.
A
and
lot
it,
of people like that,
Guard
actually.
impact, but guard impacting taking meter is dumb. If you're going to take away guard impact for free, don't add guard breaks, where your guard will shatter. Don't add that shit.
You know what I hate? I
You
hated
can't
that
do anything.
just guard you could do. I hated that move.
Oh, no one knew how to do it, but the computer, only the computer knew
That's
how to do
why
it.
I hated it. Because the computer cheating bastard
What-
did it all the fucking
What the
time.
just card?
Just guard where if you guard the right moment,
At
you
the
want to take
exact
you want to take
right
block
frame.
stun and they'd be
What?
open.
Stupid.
Yeah, but no one in the world could do it except for the computer.
That's it. The computer wasn't meant
It had to be at like the perfect time.
And it was the characters
There's
that
even
got
a
me.
trophy doing it 100 times just guarding. Like, how the fuck
Yeah.
am I gonna get that done?
I don't know.
And that's why they
It,
got one point.
it was just the characters that really pissed me off. Just the 3 copy characters, but taking away cool characters like Zasalamel and Talum and Young Xiong and even Xiong Mina to a point. She could have been left out.
She was there since the original game, though.
Yeah, before Keelik.
Yeah.
She was there before Keelik.
Well, like my main problem with it is that with taking the characters away, but that. Oh, I don't like to talk about my background.
Yeah.
It's
That is
lazy.
a
It's
full
lazy.
ass.
It's lazy writing. It's lazy design.
It just
Yeah.
makes me
I don't like
so
talking
mad,
about Pat,
like,
therefore.
all the time.
Okay, he may not like talking about it, but tell us the past.
I know.
Let us know why we're
No,
using
like,
this
oh,
character.
Oh, I don't want to.
He's Mr. Enigma.
That's
Mr.
as bad as saying the reason why Samus was on Dead or
You're
Alive
worse.
before.
He's worse than Cloud. That makes him worse than Cloud.
Yeah, it does. But,
At least Cloud has a reason for being emo.
but I know I say it a million times, biggest thing is Nightmare. He turns me off. The character Nightmare turns me off from Soul Calibur 5 as a whole. Him as, not the character, him as him being the brokest fucking character since Gil in Street Fighter 3
What's that?
is what turns me off to Soul Calibur 5. And there I said it, Nightmare in Soul Calibur 5 is the brokest character since Gil in Street Fighter 3. And the problem, well, that's a big problem, is that Gil was designed as to be broken. He's a boss.
See,
He's designed to be broken.
I use
He's designed to
Nightmare.
test your ability.
But I used Nightmare before he was cheap.
Dylan used Nightmare before it was cheap, but now he's a broken character, and if you use Nightmare, you're a scrub.
And now I don't even play Soul Calibur at all. I don't.
You guys ready to move on?
I know I'm not, but we can move on anyway. I could talk about this all night.
Yeah, we have a time limit.
I know, I could talk about this all night.
Now we're going into lawsuit news.
Oh.
EA is suing Zynga for copyright infringement.
Again?
Wait, what?
EA is suing Zynga, the makers of all those shitty Facebook games,
Right?
for
Farmville.
copyright infringement.
Okay.
The
How?
lawsuit claims that their game, The Ville, far too closely resembles their own The Sims Social, to the point of blatantly copying it.
I thought the Ville
Maybe.
came out before Sim Social.
I don't know.
I'm
I
not
don't
really.
know. What the
EA's official,
I don't give a fuck.
EA's official statement says, the core legal issue is our belief that Zynga infringed copyrights to our game, The Sims Social. In legal terms, our claim that Zynga copyrighted the original and distinctive expressive elements of The Sims Social is a clear violation of the U.S. copyright laws. The legal reasons are solid, but for the creative teams who feel their hard work and imaginations have been ripped off, there's obviously an emotional element too.
Wait, EA's like a
He
trillion
doesn't give a
business.
shit about his people. Don't let
Well,
him
keep
fool
in
you.
mind, this is not the first time Zynga's been accused of copying people. And it's far from the first time they've been sued
What, like
for
the
it.
format's the same, basically?
No, it's almost the exact same game.
Okay, I get suing because of the same game, but don't not feed me that bullshit, EA, about your people. You don't give a shit about your people
And Zynga
or how they
released,
feel.
Zynga released its own statement stating that the Sims Social was just
He's
copying
gonna get
Sims.
assassinated. Yeah, okay.
I got some people to kill tonight.
Zynga
Tonight,
later
bitches die.
said
That's
that
why EA's gonna be like, don't have bitches out.
Zynga later came out to say that the Sims Social was copying Cityville.
Oh, I don't. Okay, I'm turning.
Keep
off.
in mind that The Sims has been around forever,
Yeah.
and these Ville battles have only been newcomers into the field.
Yeah.
Well, since Facebook, I mean, it's like 5 years old, maybe at the most.
2004, so that's about.
Are you serious? Was
Yeah.
Facebook really 2004?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was only for like local.
I don't know. If it wasn't even for school, I would never have even gotten into Facebook at all. If it wasn't required for me to get a Facebook, I still wouldn't have one.
For DM,
Yeah, I still wouldn't have one if I did.
For DM. I don't like how you said that. I don't know why.
Damn.
Digital media.
in other
I know, I'm
news,
just saying, but I don't know why I like that.
Steam changed its terms of service recently to now forbid class action lawsuits.
Can you just do that shit?
You can.
They sue people.
Yeah,
just
by the way, you can't sue me. It's in the thing.
They now
It's in my
require.
paper.
It's in the
Well,
paper. You agree, good.
The thing is, Microsoft and EA have already done that. They've done that well before.
So you can't sue them.
Yeah, and last year, around the same time last year, Sony did the same thing with the PS3s.
I mean, everyone just doesn't put in their terms of service that you can't sue them.
Well, you can't file a class action lawsuit. You have to go through a third-party arbitration or small claims court.
You're blowing my fucking face off. I have no idea.
Can't
what
get
the fuck
that
you're talking about.
Well, you can settle lawsuits by having an independent third party come in and serve as a bit of like a mediator. In like a sort of
Like a referee.
yeah. Or you can just go to small claims court where it's basically like you can sue for anything. For most states, it's less than $5,000 you can sue for a small claims court.
So
Yeah.
it's just like the people's court.
Yeah. The problem with that is that things like EOLA, their legality is questionable at best.
Right.
For a lot of nations, for the U.S., that's perfectly legal. But for somewhere in Europe, people are like, not really. We don't know for sure. Let's think about this. Because I mean, you have to agree to it. You have to buy the game, then agree to the terms, and that's pretty unfair.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, this is basically just like buy the game, but you can't sue us.
I mean, why would you want to sue a game anyway?
I like, the game made me want to kill.
Oh,
my
there's all
dad.
sorts of reasons you can sue for Game Maker.
I got a lot of those stupid.
Like what?
Like Diablo 3's only on DRM preventing you from actually playing the game.
Okay, there's that.
Yeah, that's
A
You're
lot
talking
of technical reasons you can sue
But
somebody.
you're still on PC. Say I buy Street Fighter. What could I
Well,
sue
Steam
Street
is
Fighter for?
Steam is a PC service. Well,
I'm just saying for games in general. If I buy Street Fighter, what could I possibly sue him for?
They, this DLC they didn't tell you.
You can't sue him for that.
No.
You don't have to buy it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, there's so many
You
other
can
ways.
sue for it. You won't win because you're not.
But
being
you can
forced
still
to buy it.
sue.
It's not like the game won't turn on if you don't buy the shit. But
Yeah,
come on, I
You
think
could
I-
theoretically
I wanna
sue
know.
for the servers being down when inconveniencing you as a customer.
Wouldn't win.
But
You
can
could
still sue.
theoretically do it.
And what the game was.
No, companies do not like being uncertain as whether you can or cannot sue. They just say no. They just want you to say no, you can't.
Oh,
So any uncertainty, any gray areas, they do not want.
nice. That's why white space is because gray space is not necessary.
And now we get to our final news story,
Got it.
and it's one that pissed me off the most.
Oh.
2K Games boss Christoph Hartmann believes that new genres will be impossible to create until games achieve photorealism. Because without photorealism, you can't invoke emotion.
What?
That's
What?
untrue.
Because let me read you the actual quote.
Okay, let's read this quote.
Creating a Mission Impossible experience in gaming is easy. Recreating emotions in Brokeback Mountain is going to be tough, or at least very sensitive in this country. It will be very hard to create very deep emotions like sadness or love, things that drive the movies. Until games are photorealistic, it'll be hard to open up to new genres. We can really only focus on action and shooter titles that are suitable for consoles now. To dramatically change the industry to where we can insert a whole range of emotions, I feel it will only happen when we reach the point that the games are photorealistic. Then we will have reached an endpoint that might be the final console.
You know, the problem is people are scared to take a risk.
Here's my problem with that quote. Did you watch Toy Story 3?
Yes.
Everyone watched.
Did you cry at Toy Story 3?
I don't
No, but I could have. I could have.
Yeah,
I could have
Especially
cried.
at the
I
end.
didn't cry, but I could have.
You see, the assertion that you need
Rhino's like-
photorealism to create emotions
It's-
pissed me
No,
off.
it's bullshit, and this guy is totally wrong. You don't need that kind of shit.
I don't cry in movies.
I was angry when I
Yeah,
heard
movies
that.
just don't make me cry.
Yeah,
but
you could've.
but no, I
I
could've.
could have
I
cried.
It just doesn't make
You
me
can
cry.
see someone crying about
Definitely,
that.
definitely,
Yeah,
yeah.
you want to judge
I cried.
I'm gonna judge him.
I'm a complete pussy. I cried during Toy Story 3.
No, that's crazy.
How did
I
you
thought-
cry? Did you like start bawling like he's
No.
leaving?
No, I shed tears. That's how
Yeah,
you
because
cry.
it's crazy. I don't know. What did you cry about though? Because I'm
I
pretty sure what
cried
I'm
during the
thinking.
incineration scene.
Good, because some people cry at the end. I was like, that's not sad.
Yeah.
I was
I
like,
thought they were
no,
gonna die.
incineration! I don't
Yeah,
want you to
I
burn!
thought that's how they were
I
going
was
to
like,
go.
oh, shit.
I was like, oh fuck.
That sucks.
But the fact is, yes,
Tay
I
is
was feeling
dead.
shit. I was definitely feeling shit.
I was like,
Yes.
oh snap, Tay's dead. Tay's about to be dead.
Yeah,
So,
Game over.
so I think we all agree that his assertion is bullshit, right?
Yeah, sir. Oh, more is bullshit.
I haven't even watched Toy Story 3 since then.
The only redeeming thing I could ever say about that quote is that he might be saying, and I don't know for sure, that because there's such a console race, a technology race, that until we reach that point where we can't fight over technology, then we could probably worry about new genres. That's what I hope he was saying. I don't think so.
That's not what he was going for. No, he meant what we interpreted. That's what we interpreted just now is exactly what he meant.
Yeah.
And do we still have time for questions?
Yes. Of course, we always have time for questions.
All right, now it's time for food for thoughts. Our first question is, what was your favorite gaming console and why?
Super Nintendo, Killer Instinct.
I'm going to say the PS1. There's
PS2.
so many games for it. So many good games.
Okay, Crash Bandicoot for PS1.
I'm gonna have to
Okay,
say,
that takes it. That takes it.
I'm gonna have to say the DS. I feel that it had a lot of like.
No, that's a
I feel it had a lot of great games, and you could take like some games from like the earlier like Nintendo 64, like Super Mario. I mean, you can take those on the go with updated graphics for the time.
I'm just
That
saying,
was
yeah.
that's fair. That's a fair
And
assessment.
you also basically bought a Game Boy Advance too, so you
Yeah.
can play your Pokemon and shit.
That's what I'm saying. It's just a good
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
just
yeah, that's
saying
good, that's
PS2.
good.
So many classics. So many
There were
classics.
tons of titles on PS2. It has one of the most robust game libraries
Yeah,
in history.
PS2 was a good one too.
Over 1,500.
Yeah, it has one of the biggest game libraries in all history.
That's true. No, you're right. That's a good one too.
There's a lot of good choices for good consoles.
There are more than I
I'd
thought.
gauge.
Even Nintendo 64 was a close one for me too. With Super Smash Bros. And
Yeah.
Banjo Tooie, motherfucker.
What was that alien game that Rockstar made? What was that like that? Remember that alien invasion game they made? That Rockstar did?
I do. I can't pull my
Alien-
hands right
It
now.
was some weird like alien game. It was like the first game they ever
Oh
made.
my god. Oh, I really love Banjo Tooie also. Fuck, I don't know.
Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Speaking of Banjo-Tooie, What was one of the worst sequels you ever played in your life? I'm only saying it because it was a sequel.
Okay.
What was one of the worst sequels you liked? It could be a good game, but a bad sequel.
What do you mean?
Like it doesn't capture the original, feel of the original enough.
No, that could be.
That's a hard one.
Or there's been a lot of bad game either way. That's fine too.
A good game, but a bad sequel.
It could be a bad sequel for whatever reason.
Okay.
Either the original game was good and it just ended up sucking, or it just didn't capture the original flair enough.
Fallout New Vegas.
That's nice.
I'm going to disagree with you there.
Wait, when do the sequels end? Can it be like a sequel to a sequel?
Yes.
Or does it just have to be
Any sequel in the franchise.
Like no, Fallout New Vegas was a beautiful game. It was good. It didn't have the same touch as Fallout 3. It wasn't as
people
good.
will say that the Fallout 3 was a shitty sequel to the original Fallouts.
I love Fallout 3.
Well, it's still opinions. It's just
Yeah. I've played the original Fallout games.
Oh, yeah.
And they are not... And they focus way more on story than Fallout 3 ever could. I like it for different reasons. I like New Vegas. I like them both for different reasons.
I just didn't like New Vegas as much.
I'm trying to think of. I can usually tell. Oh, Red Steel. Red Steel 2. I like that game, but just how they made it out that you could do whatever move you wanted.
I hate
that was
shit.
a huge turnout.
Like you can use your own sword fighting style.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Uncharted 3.
Okay.
Keep in mind, I think Uncharted 3 is a very, very good game. I think it's a shitty Uncharted game.
I'm not a big fan. Even after I played them all, I'm still not the biggest fan of Uncharted.
Okay. I got two. One that's more modest and one that's totally out there.
Throw them out.
One would be Pokemon Diamond, because I'm coming off of Pokemon Ruby, which is one of my favorite Pokemon games since Blue.
Same here.
And that's more modest one. My definitely other one would be Crash of the Titans.
Oh yeah, you're right.
No, I agree.
Yeah,
I wish that game was never made. I blocked it out of my head. I forgot it existed.
But you don't remember the sequel to that one?
And a close second was Fear 3.
Oh yeah.
That's just terrible.
You mean F3AR?
Yeah, that one. That one.
Oh, and side note, I hate when people put numbers in the game's text. Like, don't do that. That's annoying.
You don't like symbols and numbers, do you?
No, I don't like symbols. You can have symbols and numbers, but I just want the title to be just a word.
Right.
I don't want numbers in that title. You can have a title and a number, but no, don't we'll put them together.
That doesn't spell fear, guys.
Like there was going to be a fourth game to the Thief franchise, but they changed the E to a 4.
What? It doesn't even look like a 4. The reason why they changed Fear is
that was more like a Y.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Stop doing that, game industry. It's bad.
Thief. I guess maybe. Oh no.
That's like turning your name into a symbol.
I know. Prince.
I'm Brastrix on.
The artist formerly known
Not as Prince. That's only
because he decided to change his name to a question mark.
Is that what it was?
No, he changed it to like something.
And our third and final question is, what was the best cutscene you've ever seen in a video game?
Oh, that's easy.
Oh.
Well, can you count Metal Gear Solid 4 as cutscenes?
Yes.
Since some of them you
yes,
can actually move
since the whole game was cutscenes.
When he's like crawling through like the heat.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Cool
that
shit.
is the coolest shit ever.
And he was like, "Yo," and he was like,
He's
"God,"
crawling
and
through
he was burning.
microwaves.
I was like, "Yeah, cool." And Ryan's like beating the crap out of people in the other room.
No arms.
Yeah, no arms. That was cool shit.
And then Meryl and Akiba is just beating shit up.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they all start losing, and then Snake at the last second gets that shit. This isn't a spoiler. The game's been out for 4 years.
Yeah. That's
Okay,
cool.
let me run through my shits because I got a lot to think of.
I gotta think of the game.
Yeah, I gotta think of the game
Mine
and then the
would
cutscene.
be the Fallout New Vegas, the very first scene in the game where you get shot in the face.
No.
That was a very, very good scene for me, at least.
You're like, oh, you turn the game on, and get shot right in the face.
Well, they go through the intro, just get the shadows in the world of the game first.
Yeah,
And then they have this guy, he attacks you, because you're a courier, you have something valuable that he wants. And he shoots you in the face. And he almost kills you. He didn't succeed in killing you, even though he shot you in the face twice.
Why did he shoot you in the head, not the face?
I don't know.
They have like big.
Well, actually, he says he likes to look in people's eyes as he kills them.
Okay. I thought anyone saw that, but
while we're waiting for you, I'm just going to name my sources for this week. Because I forgot to do that.
Okay.
My sources are Destructoid, DSO Gaming, Eurogamer, The Escapist Magazine, Games Industry Biz, GameSpot, Gaming Illustrated, Giant Bomb, Kotaku, Only Single Player, Rock Paper Shotgun, and the Gamer News subreddit.
Oh, that is
I
distracting
don't
me to
know
point where I
what the
couldn't
hell
pick
that
anything.
was about.
It was for that reason.
I got one that I really liked. Remember Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII?
Yes.
When you like the whole Sephiroth scene, when he like found his mother and stuff.
That was a pretty powerful scene.
I loved it. And then like after like the first battle, it just kept on going to another cutscene when he kept on fighting. I just loved that whole like segment of cutscenes between the beginning of that scene to the ending when Cloud comes in.
Yeah, I like that.
I loved it.
I told you didn't have to make it thing. Called it.
I like the ending of that game too.
Swish.
by the
Really
way.
good too.
That was a pretty good ending.
Okay, no. Alright, Metal Gear Solid 2, like you said. There's a scene after you fight Vamp for the second time. He kidnapped Idacon's sister, Emma Emmerich. And then you're killing her, you're killing him, and he's like, psh, psh, you're like far away. And he's throwing shit. The whole time he's got her like around the neck, and then after you beat him because you're riding, so anyway, because you're the player and you win. Turns out he actually stabbed the girl, and like she's dying. They just like her and Otacon just reunited after a long time, and touching ass cutscene in between, and then some really creepy crying from Otacon.
No.
And then you had the parrot, her little parakeet or whatever, start saying shit that she used to say.
And then he kidnapped the president's daughter and sent her to a Spanish village in the middle of the countryside, full of Spanish zombies. Then Leon Kennedy came and tried to.
Metal Gear Solid too. That's what I said.
Oh
Is that you talking about Resident Evil?
Do you think that's on Resident Evil?
no, I was
Oh. Okay. No, Resident Evil is about as deep as
a frog.
a frog. Yeah.
About as deep as.
As deep as Dylan's rolls.
As deep as dill pickles.
Those rolls. Those gaps.
No, I'll make it like the deepest story ever. Yeah, that's my choice. And I'm sticking
Right.
to it.
And with that, I think we can conclude food for thought. If anyone else has any stories they want to announce for the
I was
or
gonna
any sort of
say-
news,
I was gonna say a fun fact, but then I forgot about it.
Of course.
anything else you want to say before we wrap things up?
Maybe they just like released like scans of characters for the new Naruto game coming out with Hokage Naruto back. That's it. Not very much.
This
Anything you want to say about the show or anything in particular, James?
not that I haven't said already.
All right.
One more for you fighting game fans out there. This Tuesday, well, not Tuesday, past Tuesday, but yeah, the past Tuesday, the 12 new on-disc DLC characters for Street Fighter X Tekken were released. So I'm sure you've got them by now if you actually follow it. But just letting you guys know, this shit's out and shit's ready and it's hot as shit.
And that
But you
is
don't
the
even have your copy.
Because you have.
No,
I
I
gotta
have.
get mine
You
from
gave
Jamie.
it to Jamie.
And that
You got my
is the
PlayStation,
end
too.
to the 9th Zombie Cast. Once again, I am Brandon Carey. Joining me are my friends James Hughes,
Oh, me.
Benjamin Figueroa,
Yay.
and Kosher Dill Pickles.
I like that name.
He's embracing it, bringing it back.
He
It
approves
has to
this
have-
message.
I have to have coach.